So now we're going to take a look at a really quick, easy bonus tip. And this is really cool because it's something I've been using sidechain in my mixes. I'm sure we all have, to duck the bass from the kick and things like that. So like you can use Ableton's compressor or the ones that come with your DAW. And then I've also tried other ways like splitting the signal, using 2 different lanes and then just processing the sub and things like that. But then there's a much easier way which I found recently. So if you use LFO tool, what you can do is you can use the split function to just target the sub frequencies rather than the whole frequency range. And you can draw in some ducking on the graph here. So you can really get in there and draw something that really fits with the groove of your track. So let's have a listen to this kick and this bass together. And you'll notice that they're fighting for space. So they're fighting for space quite a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some space for the kick to punch through using LFO tool. So bring an LFO tool on, and if you go to the sidechain section, you've got a bunch of pre-made sidechain shapes. So we could start with this one actually, and I'm going to bring that up to the top so it comes all the way back to 0. And this is the bit where the kick hits around here. And we can bring that all the way down. And then the end as well, I just want to nudge it back a little bit so it resets smoothly, so it's not just cutting off the bass. And I'm going to solo the bass now and have a listen to what this is doing. So to make it work, what we need to do is bring up the volume here on the depth amount on the LFO, and that will now duck the signal in this part. So let's have a listen. And I might just want to bring down the rate as well to quarter notes. So you can hear it ducking in this section. If we play that with a kick now. So even though that's cool and it's fixing our problem, we still want a bit of transparency, I think, because it's not nice just ducking it that way for my ears. I feel like it needs to be more transparent. So what we can do is we can use the split function and we can actually bring down the low pass frequency. So you can basically change this, and the blue area is the where it's getting processed. So you can see we've got low pass or high pass. We want it on low pass, and then we just want to dial this into maybe like 120 hertz, and it'll just duck everything below 120. So let's have a listen to this now. Again, fixes our problem, but it's a bit too intense. We don't want it to duck all that way. So what we can do actually is just bring the depth amount back. Or you can do it on here actually as well. You could bring this point up here, and that will bring it up close to the top. But I'm just going to bring the depth amount down. So around there works quite nicely for me. And let's listen to the before and after. So if I switch it off and listen to the relationship between the kick and the bass and how the kick's fighting to cut through, and also kind of muddying up that low end, and then listen to it with the LFO tool on. So it's ducking it quite nicely there, and it's working really well. So I just thought this was a good alternative way, using LFO tool as a ducking processor to just get the bass out of the way of the kick to clear up that sub frequencies. So that's really cool, and that brings us to the end of this filter course. Now I hope that's give you some inspiration to go away and start experimenting with these different ideas. And that's what this course was designed for, as a bit of a springboard, so you can take the ideas and go and combine them and try and use them in really interesting experimental ways and come up with really good music. So that's the key and the goal of these courses. So I hope you've enjoyed this. My name is James Orvis, and I will see you on the next course.